Oh, Lord. What a weekend. Hello, cat. I'm pretty certain they can hear you too. But let's get into it. I have never been to Paintball Central out in Greensboro, but it's a good time. I tell you what, it's a really good time. Never played a CFOA event either, and haven't really ever played a three-man event either. But again, it was a great time. Like, we didn't win. We played our ass off and just enjoyed ourselves. The community down there is awesome. Everybody's super supportive. You get your games in, and it's just a really cool environment. Had an extra day, came back after the tournament, and played rec ball as well, and that was super cool too. The fields are awesome there. Like, go check it out if you've never been. But I decided on Sunday I wanted to take a couple of photos and broke out the camera. New players, new location, people I've never taken photos of before. And it's just a good opportunity to get behind the lens again and have fresh sights, things to photograph, and people that play different. You know, it's a completely different world everywhere you travel to. Um, Sometimes doing content and all, it gets a little rough. You know, trying to do the same things over and over again at the same field you play at every week, and it is what it is. So this is kind of a breath of fresh air, to say the least. Kind of like the pro event. It was at my home field, but, you know, new people, new things I've never photographed before, never seen in person. Like, so. But I got some pretty cool shots, I think. I'm still shooting in manual focus, so I'm kind of limited, like with home dude here, going from the insert or the god, whatever you want to call it, diving into the snake one. He's out of focus in the back range because I'm waiting for that bump. I was anticipating him to go there off the break, but I've never seen these guys play before, so I just kind of sent it. And you see him come into focus, like right about here. He got shot in the neck, but I really enjoy this photo. It's kind of funny. It's like, strike a pose for me, baby. Cat, that is a Q-tip, you little demon. Oh, and then I ran into Jen Folk and her husband too over the weekend. That was pretty cool. She did our team's photos for the event. She's becoming a friend of mine, which is pretty awesome. But they were practicing on Sunday, you know, just playing some ball, having fun. And this man's crazy. Home dude right here gets shot out, and then Chaz is in the corner. And immediately just gets on his stomach and crawls all the way into the snake one, and then up the snake one, all the way to the snake three. No hesitation. Like, that shit was smart. Most people will run and die for a fill. I mean, let's be honest. Anybody in here playing a snake back, if they had to fill for their forward, is going to run and dive half of the time. Or really low hip slide. This man said, nah, I'm getting it, and crawling straight from the corner all the way up the snake. And it worked. That was probably, this point, I don't even think lasted a minute and a half. My dude was doing work. And then again, I really haven't been behind my camera much recently, so some of this is out of focus. I really got to get better at that. I've been lazy. I can correct this, though. This isn't too bad. My man Mike. Looking sexy as fuck in them proto goggles. What'd you know about that old school shit, getting shot in the bottom of your chin? Still look fire, though. I love how in focus this is, but I'm just like, the jammed gun. It happens. This dude was super cool as well. I forgot your name. I just met some of y'all this weekend, and if you're in here, I apologize, but just message me, like I said to all of y'all over the weekend on Instagram, and I'll get everything to you. Some of these came out really well. I had some really good settings for this. I feel like I let in a little bit too much light just because of how blown out the turf looks. It's much greener than that, I promise you. But, lighting does that. But everything else is so much more manageable and in focus. I just can't wait to get this new camera because it's going to be so much better as far as quality goes. Surgery, bruh. Oh, man. I don't know if I should skip past these. No, we're gonna save those to the end. All right, because that's rare. Y'all aren't ready for that fire. I love this shot so much. I was not prepared for how focused this was, how in focus this was. My man cleared the snake one, went all the way to the 50. There's a huge gap here. He's just in the open. Blast this man's face off, and I managed to catch the spray from the guy's face getting blown to smithereens. The shell breaking. There's a shell back here. And then this is so in focus, you can see the split color shell in the paintball. Like, what? I think this is one of my favorite photos I've ever taken. I'll be real with you. I didn't realize how much detail was in that photo until I actually saw it on the big screen for the first time. I noticed it in the camera. I could see the spray, but all of this is just insane. Oh, you forgot to turn it on? Yeah, I've been there. I think we all have. Don't feel bad. Shit happens. Oh, this is the photo after he blew home dude's face apart. There's still some shell in the shot, but ran down the tape after that and bunkered him because they called him clean. But that's just because they could only see the outside of his face. I mean, the other side of his face was just painted. Got the job done. But these were just fun games, this wasn't the event. I know this guy might be in here. If you are, say hi in the chat, because I know you wanted these photos. Just straight getting it. Didn't even dive in the snake 1. Didn't even dive until he passed the snake 3 and ended up on the other side of the field. Just for no reason. Just sending it. I love shots like this. My man is floating. Straight floating. I think I gave this guy my information too, so he might be in here. Everybody who was out there this weekend, between the D6 and the D5 event, and we played in the D5, and everybody on Sunday that was there playing speedball really, played, and it's just, it might just be the fact that we've never been out there as a team, and I've never been out there personally, but being able to play against other people that we don't play all the time is super refreshing. It gives you a different game sense. You know where your strengths and weaknesses lie, especially if you want to end up competing on a national stage. And, just going to North Carolina from where we're at isn't that big of a deal. It's 3 hours, but it's still a different group of people. It's still different looks, still different reps. And seeing how people play in different places is super beneficial to improving your game and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool to meet new people and kind of figure out where they came from and how they've progressed and learn new things. It's actually super cool. And I was way too zoomed in here, but I was trying to get a photo of him in the corner. I didn't know he was going to release. That's on me. Oh, that's cool. I didn't notice that. The ball he's stepping on, breaking on the shoe. That's super in focus. That's crazy. I do like these shots. Same guy in the snake. And then he releases and runs down the field. And I got this one and this one out of it this one really isn't that much in focus. This one's in focus. But that's just because I'm still shooting manual, like I said. The T3i autofocus just ain't it for me, Chief. So I'm waiting until I get a better camera. But other than that, I mean, this is just some random like B-roll type photos, behind the scenes stuff, just people talking. All right, let's get to the fire. The rarest photos in Paintball to exist. And I'm not talking Ollie Lang, nobody crazy like that. I'm talking about my man Mike diving into the snake, and I caught the photos and focus like, bruh, look at how majestic this man is. Look at that. And then runs down the field and blows this man's face off. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But he don't play snake no more. Rare. Goated. Rare as fuck. So I think I'm going to start editing here. All right. I did have a baseline that I was using for... Wait, no way. Did I really catch that? This might be seriously one of the best paintball photos of all time. I caught a butterfly right above my man diving into the snake. There's no way. Mike, you're majestic as fuck. My man looking at like Snow motherfucking White over here. Like, dude, what? I didn't even notice that until now. Please tell me you're still in this chat, because, like, bruh, this is, like... This is amazing. I'm gonna hit this with this real quick, and... That's your homie? He told you the lane was clear? Hell yeah, dude. That is a whole new level of cheating. We thought birds weren't real. This man's got a robot butterfly out here telling him when to go. What the fuck? In it to win it. That's insane. That's crazy. Just these photos to begin with were some of my favorite dive photos I've ever taken. And I never even noticed that butterfly there. Like, that's... wow. That's insane. Export this once again real quick. Whoops, my bad. That's wild. He's in the other shots too. Well, at least this one. Let's save that preset too, because that's another good baseline. That's crazy. Oh, I did not mean to do that. That's so cool. Like, that's so cool. The odds of that happening are like far and beyond anything that I can like imagine. I feel like that's the equivalent of getting struck by lightning. To be honest with you. Just random butterfly. Chilling. Doing butterfly things. Gotta catch them all, and evidently you did. If you got a pet Butterfree, like, hell yeah, bro. Got your own Butterfree in real life. What you mean? That's so cool. He was following you too. It's like right here, he's literally right on your left shoulder, and then as you dive in, wings go up and goes up into the air more, following right above that same shoulder. That's so cool. That's so fucking cool. So I sent you this one already. But this other edit is pretty lit. Can't lie. So I'm just going to go ahead and render this out for you again. And keep it rolling. So working in Lightroom is pretty cool. I still kind of like want to be doing Photoshop on my streams just because it's more involved in the process instead of me finding something that works and just presetting it and keeping it rolling for like a string of photos, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, the real process for some of this. But Lightroom at the same time, not even just with like being able to figure out the way you want the photos to look and then presetting it makes it easier, but the editing process is also just more streamlined. It's all right there on the right side of the computer, You can't really mess it up if you know what you're doing. Learning curve isn't bad at all. And it just takes a couple clicks to do basically everything. So that's pretty sick. So I've edited this too, and that's what it looks like with this color change, contrast, exposure, and work done to it versus the other look. And I mean, this one's more normal, to be honest with you. But I kind of like the shadow contrast on this. So I'm actually going to export this as well. Why is my watermark so grainy? So I'm not exactly sure how long the stream is going to go for. It's been a little while, and I don't have too many photos from this set. I've been trying to work through what I can out of these. And maybe go back to some of the Virginia Pro Invitational stuff as long as I have the time. Because I've honestly been behind on that, and I've got a couple pro teams that I've told I had photos for, and it's... Nobody's paid or anything. Like, I just kind of did it for fun, but work and everything's been killing me. So I really kind of got to get back on that because I want those photos out there. They're some of my favorites, and that event was just cool. But gotten a bunch of it done, but I don't want to post an incomplete album. So it's also paintball season, baby. So fuck. I'm out there playing. I just do this for fun. I want to see if I can kind of salvage this. That's okay. I really want to do it's just the bunker is more in focus than my man is. But that it's just a good photo. Nope. That's not awful. I mean, ain't too much I can do with that, but I still like the photo. I don't know what it is with the T3i. I'm so used to being able to overexpose a photo just a little bit and manage it in post. It might just be the UV filter I have on the ends. It's not a very high megapixel camera, and it's about 9 years old. It gets the job done, but man, I can't wait to go mirrorless. It's just a lot of money. But I will make it happen. And this one's pretty solid, so we'll just go ahead and... Same lighting, same settings. Smack it with the filter and go. Not even a filter preset, but... See what I mean? Literally crawled from the snake corner into the snake one. Like, what a champ. Absolute champ. My man came to play some ball. And I'm with it. Underground gets down, and it's awesome. Whole team as a unit is on point. I get asked a lot locally. Like I said, tip for if you're trying to get into photos, just learn how to use Lightroom. Because in a chain photo situation like this, where you're just on the shutter for a couple of seconds, getting somebody crawling down the snake, for example, you find out what works in the photo, and once you get one done the right way, as long as the light doesn't change drastically out of nowhere, boom. You shouldn't have to adjust much for the rest of the photos that are in the chain, if at all. Alright. That's another chain photo done. Let's go back to the beginning. I do like this shot. Let's see. Whoa. Let's go back to the base. Because that messed me up a little bit. That's pretty proper. I don't know why that was kind of so hard to edit. I mean, it's pretty in focus. Like, what the fuck? Like, why? It was random as hell. Speed. Porquet? Like. And we're back here. Let's keep moving. I don't even have the energy to try and save that right now. So let's try these. What do you think on the way his mask is looking? You like to kind of almost looking at me in a sense? Give me the side eye, the straight ahead, or the to the right? Chat holla too. Ooh, that's crispy. That is pretty fire. Wow. I finally figured out the like proper camera settings, at least for PBC Greensboro, on a decent day, because like these look great. I mean, seriously. Normally, I think think most of what I shoot is trash. It's for you guys. Like, you enjoy it, so hey, I'm gonna keep doing it. But I'm kind of like, wow. Practice makes perfect, I guess. What's up, Jen? Nice to see you swinging by. Just out here making a fool of myself, you know, the usual. Oh, man. I haven't touched those yet. Oh, that's funny. I love how the trailer makes it look like there's a paintball coming out of the barrel. Like, what are the odds? I caught a butterfly in a photo, and then a trailer hazard light looks like a paintball coming out of the barrel. Oh my lord. Oh, really? Sick. Oh, I can't wait to see those. I can't wait to see those myself. I know the guys are going to be hyped too. Uh, no, I got what you meant. That's what I was saying. I can't wait to see those. Those are going to be dope. Are you going to put up an album as well for like, I guess like the random stuff you shot and the other teams you shot too, like towards the public? Because I'm definitely interested in seeing how those came out as well. I mean, everything you do is fire, so like whatever. But over here shooting on a T3I like a peasant. Where is the pro invitational? There it is. I kind of want to go back to this for a moment and try a couple of the presets and different looks that I used on the PBC photos just a moment ago that I didn't try with some of the photos from D4 and the pro side. I was shooting with some of the same settings, but with a different lens. Um, so it probably won't work, but, you know, practice makes perfect. Trial and error. I appreciate it, Sean. I'm just doing what I enjoy. I was familiar with the T3I, so that's what I kind of got back into it with. And it's not a bad camera at all, but using a couple of things that are more modern and on the mirrorless side have kind of like opened my eyes to what's possible. And that's why I'm really trying to move away from the T3i. It's not a bad camera at all. It's always going to stick with me. I love it to death. It got me back into taking photos again, so it'll be back by my side always. You know what I'm saying? Oh, word. That's cool. No, I just didn't know what you would be posting for that publicly, Jen, because I know gotta get that bag. But word, word. I'll be glad to see all of that. Yeah, the lens is the biggest thing. Um, I think it was a damn. It was an older Canon EF lens that I was shooting on for the pro event. It was a 75 300. Um, it was 75 300 millimeter. I don't remember what the f stop on it is, but it was a older lens. I borrowed it from my uncle for a little while, and he had a really old Rebel, and it was digital. I just damn I can't remember what model it is. But that's what I shot D4 in the pro event was with, and the same lens that you use currently, Jen, and I believe it's the same one that Matt Dunn uses as well. And I'm really looking into getting one because it I am shooting with an EF body, so I'm gonna see what I can do with it before I move on. I'm looking at 80D currently, and then for just my hobby photography and all, I really want to end up getting an A7R. Um, but that's a lot of money. I'll be real with you. But yeah, eventually I'd really like to get a mirrorless Sony, an A7R series, but I probably would never shoot paintball with that, to be real. I mean, I do other photography besides the paintball work. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of looking at an 80D, but I want to get that lens first. The same one that you're using currently, and I am pretty certain that Solus is using too. But give me 1 second. I'll be right back. '70 to 200 f4 Solus for video. Have an f2.8, but I shoot paintball video at f4 anyways. Gotcha. Okay. Um, is that the 70 to 200 f4? Is that the current telephoto lens that you're using? The one I usually see you with? Or is it the 2.8? And to be real, also, I love the T3i. The only, the only reason I want to move up is just, to be fair, the megapixels and the autofocus systems getting better over time, especially in Canon. The T3i just doesn't cut it with the autofocus for me. That's why I shoot my photos in manual focus, and sometimes it sucks, but when it works, it's beautiful. I got to shoot a lot to get the shots I want, but when I get them, they come out well. Okay, the 2.8. That's what I was thinking. Oh, that lens is so good. It's so crisp. Oh my god. If I could have the lenses I wanted and I had the money like that, holy shit. There's a couple of Sigma lenses I want as well. Like, whoo, my pockets would be hurting. So this is the D4 side. I got a lot of shots of Tantrum. And some of the other travel teams too. Versus some of the guys I know. But I got a lot of shots of the guys I know too. My man Christian reffin', that was crazy. Forgot about that. This kid's a baller. Super young gun. Knows what he's doing. He will be pro super, super soon. I promise you. I have no doubt in my mind about it. This is a pretty clean shot. I'm just curious. No, way too dark. That is not it, Chief. I love how, like, bright the lens is, though. But no. Alright. Honestly, as a straight photo, this isn't bad. This is super crisp. The lens reflection is perfect. The look, the lighting, the color. I'm just going to be dumb and mess with it for a second because I can reset all of this. Haha. No, that's way too bright. Wow. Auto is trash. Learn how to edit, people. I promise you. Like, who hit their vape too hard? Just curious. The dehaze and clarity in Lightroom are so good, but man, if you abuse them, it just looks bad. Like, I see a lot of edits like this where it's just like, all right, we're just going to crank the clarity to 100. Crisp. If you're into it, it doesn't look bad, but man, that's just not it, Chief. Oh, I gotta start a new folder for these. Good lord. Got a new watermark. And let's keep moving. So Richmond Rage actually won this event. And I guess there was like some drama behind this line. And another team, not sure, just things I've heard, but they won. They played good. It was a cool event. They won against NRG Elite in the finals in the D4 Invitational. Well, by Hoodies. Shout out Sheraton. Really cool guy. Super nice too. There are some teams I've never seen too out there. Oh, look. Buddy Noah from Anarchy. Killing it. Getting down and dirty in the snake. Start that as the baseline. Let's go into the light. Gotta bring those shadows way up. Shooting downfield. Wow. The way the light hits the side field at Chesapeake can be really weird, especially earlier in the day. So the netting goes all the way over the top, and there's a bunch of poles and wood at the top on the side from where the sun rises in the morning and blocks everything off. So on the snake side, you kind of get shots like this where you really have to lift the shadows out of it. But I mean, you get a lot of detail from it still. So it's always usable. I will save that in case I have any more shots I gotta lift shadows out of, especially on this side of the field. And once I completely finish all these photos between D4 and the pro side of the field for these two events in the same day, I will be posting this album online for free and available for download for whoever is playing, whoever played that day. And I have photos of. Wasn't hired by anybody to shoot. I just went out and did it for fun and to enjoy myself. So hopefully I will have all of these finished soon. I've got a bunch more already done elsewhere on my computer, but that's mostly from the pro side. So I really enjoy the look. That lifting shadows when you really have that behind you kind of sun that's blocked off by clouds looks. I don't know how to explain it in like proper words. Just people out there who know what they're doing with the camera understand what I mean. It's just that shadowy look, especially when you have over here on the right side, like right here. You know, that's fencing on the inside of the field that I'm barely tucked in. Like, it just gives more accent to the photo. It's almost kind of like a bokeh look in the front of the photo instead of behind. There's some tantrum players. Let's see if I can get a couple more done. And then I'm probably going to head out for the evening. Ooh, I do really like this photo. Hitting the ground on a dive and blowing a pod. What you know about that struggle? It's the S&P shooters. They actually played super well too. You know, I can't even. They actually played really good for this event. I mean, and that's just new team. I've never seen them play before, but in my opinion, they played really well. So, hey, I don't know where they placed, but also their jerseys were pretty fire too. So, hey, ag points. It's just another crisp shot. Super crisp. Ooh, the shell in the air. I love these. I love catching these. One of my favorites. One of my favorites to catch. Somebody almost getting their face absolutely blown apart. No, you're good. That just scared the shit out of me. Yeah, that's an amp. I've got an XLS the same color. That's a piece of shit, but... I love the strap on that Flex. It's so good. I'm just editing it because of that strap. That's all. Literally all because of that strap. That's the only reason. Because that ProFlex is dope. Oh no. More tantrum players. Hey, the walk of shame. Walk of shame. Been there, done that, brother. Don't feel bad. Do not feel bad. Now we're on the pro side. Carolina Crisis. My dude's getting it done. Straight getting it done. This was such a cool opportunity. Again, I say it every time, just to be able to get on this field and watch these guys play up close. It was insane. Such a good time. Well, anyways, I am probably about to head to bed. I just want to get on for a bit, mostly edit some of the photos from Paintball Central. I didn't have many. I will have a video coming soon, though, from the CFOA event, and maybe some of the rec play on Sunday. We'll see. Hopefully I'll have that done in the next couple days, so stay tuned. I'll have a new video coming, and I will be posting, hopefully, an album from Paintball Central, as well as more of the pro event here within the week as well. Kind of getting back on a roll as far as all of my video and photo work goes, so hey, we're back to it. Hope you all have a good night. Thanks for coming by.